Hello everyone, my name is Matt and I work in Solutions Engineering here at Kion. I'd like to welcome you to this conversation around the Kion platform. Kion is a FinOps Plus automation platform designed to give organizations the visibility and control needed to scale their cloud operations across their cloud providers. We've gone beyond traditional cost management and unified FinOps and CloudOps into a single self-hosted platform. Automated governance to prevent waste before it happens, AI-driven FinOps to surface insights and take action faster, and visibility beyond public cloud extending into SaaS, AI tooling, and private infrastructure. Put simply, Kion makes it easier, less complex, and less frustrating to get things done in the cloud, while keeping your data entirely inside your own environment. Let's get into it. So, when you first log into Kion, you're greeted with the dashboard. Every user's dashboard is a customizable, persona-based view designed to give you quick context around your entire cloud estate. Configurable summary cards show how your accounts are spending, your overall compliance and financial postures, or federate directly into your cloud consoles with a single click. So whether you're a FinOps practitioner wanting a cost-focused view, or a CloudOps lead who wants to see compliance posture front and center, everyone starts their day with context that's relevant to them. As you'll see throughout the application, our goal is simple. By standardizing and unifying data and management across your multi-cloud presence, we give teams the visibility and control they need. Before we go deeper into the platform, I want to show you something new because it changes how you interact with everything you're about to see. This is Lux, Kion's built-in AI agent. Lux works directly inside Kion using your connected cloud data, your existing permissions, and your AI model of choice. Instead of navigating multiple dashboards or needing to be a platform expert, you can just ask, which projects are over budget this month? Help me build a policy that identifies underutilized instances. Create an alert enforcement for the machine learning team at 80% of their monthly allocation. Lux handles it with human-in-the-loop approval to ensure nothing happens without you in control. Let's ask Lux if we've had any spending anomalies over the past month. Here we see Lux pulling the spend and highlighting notable anomalies, each with additional context and insight. From here, Lux could dive in deeper, set up alerts based on these anomalies, or even create a policy to establish preventative guardrails. Lux is flexible by design. It works with models from OpenAI, Anthropic, and Amazon Bedrock. You choose the model that fits your organization's security and performance requirements. And for teams that want to connect an external AI assistant to Kion, we also have our MCP server. The MCP server lets tools like ChatGPT and Claude interface directly with Kion's API, so your team gets a cloud advisor that's available anytime, reporting on spend across departments, summarizing budget utilization, surfacing compliance findings, or taking action on your behalf. All of this runs inside your own cloud account, your data never leaving your security boundary. So if we look at a specific project, like this production one, we can see the different components that build up a Kion project, which can be aligned to any combination of AWS accounts, Azure subscriptions or resource groups, Google projects, or Oracle accounts. The overview page gives us project metadata with an activity feed of recent changes, an inventory of resources in your accounts, a list of principals with admin permissions, and labels, which you can use to dimension your spend reports and drive account automation workflows. Moving over to the Financials tab, we get a quick visual showing the budgeted amount, how this project is currently spending against it, and where spend should be based on the current date. We can drill into spend reports and easily adjust time frame, spend data type, and dimension, letting me zero in on exactly the reporting elements I'm looking for. You can also filter by account, service, cloud provider, billing source, cloud provider tag, or Kion label to go even deeper. If I filter by service, we can see the specific services and their individual spend. In this example, we have a multi-cloud, multi-account setup so you can see AWS, Google, Azure, and Oracle resources together. And if I want to dive into a particular service, I can click directly on it from the graph. Here we get further detail into EC2, the top spending service in this instance, including the top spending instance type and the total number of resources by usage type. In the resource data view, we can actually pinpoint the specific resource ID generating the spend in the account. No more hunting across consoles. Going to the Accounts and Scopes tab, we can see the various accounts attached to this project. An AWS account, an Azure EA subscription, an Azure CSP resource group, a Google project, and an Oracle account. I also want to highlight something that expands how you think about financial ownership in Kion: Scopes. Scopes lets you define financial ownership using metadata and business rules, independent of accounts, providers, or spend type. So if you have a shared cloud environment where multiple teams are running workloads in the same account, Scopes lets you carve that up by tags, services, regions, resource identifiers, or any combination of those and report, budget, and enforce against those slices directly. This is a big deal for chargeback and showback accuracy, and it means your financial ownership model in Kion can reflect how your organization actually operates, not just how your accounts happen to be structured. So we've covered financials, which are essential from a reporting perspective and provide a ton of valuable insight. But visibility by itself is inherently reactive. Our goal with Kion is to be proactive, and that's exactly where enforcements come in. Enforcements give you the ability to take automated actions based on various triggers. They begin with a time frame and escalate from there. At the basic level, we can send notifications to users or user groups displayed in the UI and delivered by email, and apply an overburn badge to give a visual indicator that something needs attention. At the other end of the spectrum, we can apply cloud rules directly to the account, like removing the ability for the user to stand up new resources, invoking code to back up and terminate resources, or triggering a webhook to kick off workflows in external systems, like requesting additional funding. Everything you've seen here with respect to financials and enforcements can be done at any level of the org chart. Last but not least, on the FinOps side, savings opportunities. These are designed to give you continuous feedback on resources that could be right-sized to save money or simply deleted because they've overstayed their welcome. You can view the details on a finding and jump directly into the cloud account to address it, or even terminate the resource right from Kion. We have a growing library of checks for both right-sizing and decommissioning, intentionally designed to work with no additional configuration needed. You just enable the checks that are relevant to you. So one of the key aspects within the Kion application is this concept of an organizational chart. This is a foundational component designed to reflect your overall cloud hierarchy, spanning AWS, Azure, Google, Oracle, across any number of payers, tenants, or organizations you might have. Here we can also align cost models for spend related to on-prem, SaaS tools like Snowflake, MongoDB, and Databricks, and even your org's AI spend. There's no limit to the depth or breadth of this chart, and it's built on two main components, OUs and projects. OUs act as containers for other OUs, projects, funding, and policy. Projects are the smallest unit of the organization chart, and this is where the cloud accounts live. The overall hierarchy gives you visibility and control into your cloud estate, controlling access, tracking financial health against budgets, and monitoring continuous compliance across cloud providers and organizations. So here at the very top of the organization, you see the OU Apex systems, representing our organization's full cloud estate. And as you can see, we have this object called Cloud Rules. Cloud Rules are a unified construct that allows you to provision and control cloud-specific resources and set guardrails across AWS, Azure, and Google Cloud. At the highest level of the organization, we have an org-wide policy limiting cloud access to specific approved regions, the kind of thing organizations typically treat as non-negotiables. As you can see, Cloud Rules get inherited at each level, tailoring policy to specific functions and workloads. As you drill down into areas with specialized requirements, like the clinical research OU, you can layer on additional controls. The clinical research OU inherits all the policies from above, but also has local cloud rules such as restricting non-HIPAA approved services and specialized account configuration. Now, if we dive a little deeper, we see the clinical research application consisting of our development environment, production environment, and other lifecycle environments. All four projects inherit the rules from above. However, the production project also has cost controls in place, restricting EC2 instances to those under $2 an hour. Cloud rules are designed to be flexible enough to deploy infrastructure, govern policy and compliance, manage cost, and baseline accounts all in one unified object. So security and compliance in Kion is designed to be both preventative and reactive. In the ever-changing landscape of cloud, it's important to adopt a baseline approach that establishes financial and security guardrails from day one, while also providing continuous feedback on your current state with the ability to auto-remediate. Kion ships out of the box with coverage for several compliance programs: NIST 853, CMMC 2.0, CIS benchmarks, FedRAMP, and more. Furthermore, you have the ability to customize and clone the underlying assets to meet your organizational needs. The cloud rules we discussed earlier are the initial preventative and baselining layer, standardizing your accounts, putting in necessary guardrails and configurations, and ensuring cloud accounts are better governed by default across all dimensions. As I mentioned earlier, the cloud evolves far too quickly for preventative guardrails alone to be sufficient. The policy engine gives you many ways to run and consolidate security findings, starting at the level of a compliance check. Within a compliance check, you can specify whether to leverage your own engine, ingest external findings, or use our integrations with Tenable SC or Security Hub. Within the policy body, you can customize the service or resource you want to scan, the conditions that qualify as a violation, what metadata is most useful to surface, and whether you want Kion to take care of the issue as soon as it's found. These checks roll up into a cloud rule, making the Kion Cloud Rule a powerful unified object that ensures guardrails are in place and gives you confidence that if there's an issue, we'll alert you, or better yet, we'll simply take care of it. We provide the ability to define granular permissions for users within Kion itself as they federate into native consoles through cloud access roles. Cloud access roles can be inherited from higher-level OUs or defined locally within projects. There are several options: user, service, account, and custom policy-based roles. Access types can be web console, short-term, or long-term access keys. You can specify which users or groups have access to a particular role and selectively apply guardrails based on cloud provider. Policies, roles, boundaries, and session tags can all be mapped to your users. So, as a user, when I log in to start my day, I can leverage my existing identity provider to get to the Kion dashboard, where I'm presented with context around my cloud presence, and as soon as I'm ready, I can jump into the AWS console, and I'm taken straight to the native AWS experience. I can do the same for Azure, choose an Azure subscription, and I'm dropped into the native Azure portal. And maybe I'd like to start my day in Google, so I click that, and now I'm in the Google Cloud Platform. The beauty of what I just demonstrated isn't just that I got to 3 native cloud consoles in 3 clicks. It's that I've been granted least privilege access to exactly the services and resources I need to be effective in my role. Nothing more, nothing less. So let's chat automation and orchestration from a Kion lens. As you can see within the organizational chart, you can quickly visualize your entire cloud estate while gaining control and context from a policy, compliance, and financial perspective. But what would you actually need to do to get started? You have the ability to either create new cloud accounts from Kion or ingest existing accounts from your various cloud providers. When creating new accounts, you choose your provider, what flavor of account you'd like, how many you'd like vended, and where they should land in the Kion org chart, and within minutes, you have access to your new accounts. You have similar control over existing accounts and can choose which ones you'd like managed by Kion. The idea is that your entire cloud account lifecycle is managed from one platform. A user requests a cloud account, Kion vends it, and by simply associating that account to a Kion project, everything we've discussed here falls into place automatically. A defined budget being tracked against, current spend and savings opportunity visibility, financial enforcements ready to fire, policies and guardrails deployed, and least privilege access for users to be effective in their roles. What used to take weeks or even months vending an account that's properly configured and ready to go has been condensed into minutes with Kion. Plus, with Kion's open API engine and integrations with infrastructure as code solutions like Terraform, cloud operators can be off to the races quickly and programmatically. Thank you for taking the time to join us for this demo. We hope you found it informative and can see the value in Kion helping you rapidly scale cloud adoption. With our FinOps Plus approach, you're not just getting visibility, you're getting proactive governance, AI-powered decision-making through Lux, and a platform that's been purpose-built to live inside your own environment so your data always stays where it belongs. Please don't hesitate to reach out for a deeper dive product demo or with any questions you may have. We'd love to continue the conversation.